Welcome to BERYL ELITES. From a business perspective, is Ethereum primarily a platform, a venue experience, or a scalable technology product?
Ethereum is at its heart a technology that orchestrates many different real-time AI models to react in real time to the things that are happening. And it's intended to be used in front of people in space. And that can be live audiences, from everything from somebody reading a poem to somebody playing music to even just having like an immersive like space where people can come in and collaborate together to create something that's completely one of a kind. One of the things that is really incredible about Ethereum, and you can see this by what we're doing right now because it's running behind us, is the diversity of use cases that really pop up in sort of every sector, from education to speeches, to music, to drama. We are focused on live performance because we think that really synthesizes a lot of what's common about all of those industries. And so I think as we develop this technology, it'll get better at supporting all of those use cases, in addition to supporting the current focus that we have on live performance.
As James was saying, it's a technology that can live within a lot of different scopes, and the flexibility and the ability for it to transcend cultures has made it for us to really have a lot of different verticals that can adopt this. We can be powering entertainers who just have a story to tell. We can be powering a musician who also has a story to tell, or a presenter who has an idea to tell. So I think there's obviously these like North Stars of a vision of what we want to accomplish. And for now, starting with software in smaller scales and smaller spaces allows us to experiment and to actually put this in front of people and to get a good response. So it's definitely scaling to a lot of different verticals that we can see this technology really helping out in. So I think that's like the most exciting part. Doing it in physical spaces just brings people together in a way that maybe wouldn't happen if you're just providing it for a single experience at home. So that's like really something special about having it in a physical space where you can now bring people together and there's like something to contribute to the conversation.
One thing I think that's important to talk about with regards to the economics is how the technology that we're using right now is really cutting edge, and it's getting more expensive. And so it's hard for the average consumer to be able to experience it in a personalized way at home, because it's just like, it will eventually get cheaper. At this moment, we're in its very nascency. And so one of the coolest things, I think, both from just a product and art perspective and also from a business perspective, is that by focusing on building these live experiences that like connect both the performers and the audience, we get to expose consumers to technologies that they might otherwise have to wait years in order to have a lot of hands-on time with. And so when I get in front of the thousands of people that we've seen touring this around the world for the past few years, one of the coolest things as a creator is to be able to and now we're building like a decent business off of it, to be able to show somebody the future for the first time and just see the look in their eyes. And that's product market fit, right? When somebody's just like, oh my gosh, I just saw something that I'd never seen before. That's a hard thing to do in this world, and I think we consistently do it.
I like this multi-modality mindset. And with that mindset, let me ask the obvious follow-up question. So what technical or creative breakthrough made real-time generated performance possible for you right now versus a few years ago? Where do you see the platform in 3 to 5 years?
I think that it is our goal to deliver an excellent experience very quickly. There's the old adage that you can have something good, fast, and cheap. Pick two. We just talked about how we're still at the nascency, the beginning of this technology. And so we're like, how can we make this as good as we can and as fast as we can? We're experiencing right now the beginning of a whole new class of AI models known as world models These are video models that react to sound, sight, motion that kind of can create these generative worlds that are just infinite and keep going. So we're really at the beginning of that. This model behind us right now it came out of a research paper in September. There's just a new community of people who are even starting to think about artistic uses for real-time video, and we're sort of at the forefront of that. And everything is just getting faster. Things that used to take us 5 seconds now take us a half a second. If anybody was around the first time that you tried to, or remembers the first time you tried to make like an AI video, it may have taken 5 minutes to produce a 20-second clip. Yet behind us right now, you're seeing, visuals generate instantly nearly after we talk. This kind of explosion in real-time technologies that we're seeing, it's making things so much faster, combined with all of the possibilities of these immersive worlds, has just never been possible before.
Yeah, I think we've been able to really stand on top of a lot of previous amazing work that's been done over the course of a lot of years of research, of pushing video technology, pushing image generation, and now with the access of like the accessibility of all these different AIs and the ability to be able to kind of like combine them together, try this one with that. Let's just try to improve this part of the product with a whole nother business. So this ability for us to be able to construct and orchestrate these different LLMs has been allowing us to just leap into years of development that would have taken forever. Now we have this confidence of anytime there's an obstacle, we're like, okay, cool. We know that we can create a feature that's going to solve that specific problem. So like this mindset, this mentality of being able to like shape shift into whatever it is that we need to do, and really leaning into the AI has allowed us to build a tool set that is super flexible, and it adapts to a lot of different situations that we're encountering right now.
I think one thing that, as you were just talking, that it just reminded me of is we're like vibe coders. We're the big technological revolution that's allowing us to explore these frontiers, especially as people who don't, have PhDs in machine learning, is that we just have a much better tool set to help us create these tools. And so we're having so much fun exploring the frontier, and we have the ability to do that now in a way that, like, as Gonzo was mentioning, like we just haven't been able to do before in the past. And that's like, that's been really fun.